The U.S. hit a historic milestone. Its 1 millionth organ transplant. The transplant was confirmed around 1 yesterday, but we do not know any details about the patient just yet. The first successful transplant was performed in 1954 in Boston, but we have come a long way, especially in the last few years. More than 500,000 transplants were performed from 2007 to 2021. And Dr. Greg Silverman joins us live to discuss. Good morning, Dr. Silverman.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being with us today. So first off, 105,000 people are on the national list still waiting for a new kidney, liver, heart, or other organ, and about 17 die a day waiting for an organ. Having said that, a lot of people, nearly a quarter of people, are undecided, reluctant, or do not wish to donate their organs. They feel that being declared an organ donor to donate after their death affects their care that they receive in the hospital. What is your take on that?
Well, that's just not true. It doesn't. If you decide to donate, if you say to your family or your friends, look, I want to donate my organs, that doesn't happen until everything else has been done. And so it's a little bit of a mistake to think that somehow that, oh, they're coming after me because of my organs, or they're not going to give me the best care because I might be a donor. That's just not the way that hospitals work or physicians think.
Do any medical conditions exclude someone from becoming an organ donor?
Well, it depends. It used to be that diabetes and cancers and certainly infections do limit the transplantability of any organs. But now, in some cases, they're able to take actually patients who have diabetes. You may be able to take certain types of organs. Sometimes your kidneys, if your kidneys function okay, it's not a function of the organ, then you may be able to take that, as well as hearts. Most of the time, no. If you have underlying cancers, if you have underlying infections, the answer is probably not as well.
How about age? Is there an age limit to becoming an organ donor?
Well, generally not. It turns out that the last year was the highest number of transplants. Over 40,000 people were transplanted last year. It was a record number of patients who were given hearts last year. There was about 3,800 people got new hearts. Over 7,000 got new livers. The predominant number got new kidneys. And the number of people who transplanted went up between the ages of 50 and 64. We used to think that those patients were a little bit older or too old to transplant. As it turns out, that's not the case. And so that was the record. That was the increase in the number of people who transplanted or took organs from those people were higher. So we're starting to kind of expand the number of people and who we can take organs from.
Dr. Silverman, thank you so much for being with us today. We appreciate your time and we look forward to having you again. If you have a question for Dr. Silverman, text the question to the number on your screen. That's 361-855-6397.